Hello everybody. I am sure everybody is rolling over in their beds over the HEXABOT issue. I won't call it a crash, even though many are. But I just wanted to talk about my experience with what happened yesterday with HEXABOT. Monday, the 4th of December, 2017. So I went into HEXABOT and here's my current HEXABOT screen. I went into HEXABOT to check my earnings because Mondays are payday basically for everybody who was on the weekly swing bot at the 22 to 24 or so %. So I went in to check my stuff to, reinvest like I normally do. I had a lot of confidence in HEXABOT and felt like reinvesting at least through December would have been a prudent thing to do. So I went in there, and like many people who went in there to get some money out, I was not able to actually reinvest. The minimum was 0.1 to withdraw or reinvest. So that was a bit of a warning for me. So I went into the community section, which is of course gone now, and I come up upon an absolute brawl going on between the moderator or admin or whomever and several of the investors, just trying to get some clarity about what was going on. So it was funny because if you've seen my other videos on my journey with Bitrise taught me that, you need to do a little bit more research. So as I was researching that morning, I stumbled upon a site, and I just want to take you guys through this journey because this is actually how I escaped HEXABOT with all of my money. So I went to HYIP-rotation-system.com, and this is just a site that I had found trying to research the best way to research HYIPs and to know when to get in and when to get out. Now this site was pivotal in me exiting when I did because they give you these phases, which is awesome, and they give you warning signs, when to get in, when to get out. And one of the warning signs was if the percentage ever changes with a HYIP, that's a warning sign. And the fact that they changed the ability to withdraw, that's huge. So even though I wanted to continue to have faith in HEXABOT and say, okay, they're going to fix it, the research that I did here and other places talking about when to know when to get in and when to get out, it just was ringing in the back of my head that any kind of percentage changes and things like that, it's huge. And another thing that was key that the site talked about was if the moderator is trying to reassure everybody that this was a good thing, which he was, that's another indication that something is not right. So I said, okay, I can take all of my money out, and if they fix the issue, I can put it back in. That's the beauty of HEXABOT, and probably the dangers of HEXABOT for its founders. So I said, I was gonna leave everything in there, but I said, you know what, if I walk away, and I had a substantial amount of my money in there, and I started actually my video on my payment proof for HEXABOT, which I'll show you because I want to show you what my screen was at before this. You know, I had $2,500 in, and this is what I earned off of that 20. So I basically doubled my money. I got a good return off of it, but I was minutes away from not being able to get my money out, but I was able to do so. So let me show you that video of my screen before. Anyway, when you pick that one, you get paid out on Monday. Today's Monday, and ba-bam! I love looking at this number. So I have 0.25 Bitcoin in here, which I accumulated from probably 300 bucks was my initial deposit. So I'm up to, I don't know what this is, I guess 2,500 bucks. And my return is 0.0566150 Bitcoin, which is about 638 bucks this week. So I'm very excited. Again, this is not referral money, this is off of this money. So I'm really excited. And if you're not in HEXABOT yet, please get into HEXABOT. It's just steady money. Just put your money in here and you will make 22% every week, and you can do whatever you want with that money. You can live on it, you can reinvest it, you can save it, you can do whatever you want. It's a lifesaver, so get into HEXABOT. Okay, so in my search for a new investment, I did wind up signing up for several things, but I have not made a deposit. Sierra Hash is looking very interesting, and I may make a deposit into Sierra Hash. As you can see, I just signed up here. I found this opportunity through a HYIP monitor, and I wanted to talk a little bit about doing due diligence. If you've watched any of my previous videos, you'll know that I took a flyer on Bitrise and that didn't pan out. And part of that was because I didn't do my due diligence. So part of doing your due diligence is just checking out the HYIP monitors and checking to see whether these opportunities are currently still paying. If we go to, let's check out a monitor. Oh, and by the way, Megabit Chain, I signed up for this one. I was talking with somebody on Facebook who suggested this, and that's another step for due diligence is, you know, go on Facebook, go on YouTube, and check out videos, comments, and things in, you know, for these different opportunities to see if people are getting paid. But somebody in Facebook suggested that this one, he said that he was getting paid, so you might want to check out Megabit Chain. Yes, it's being advertised on this HYIP monitor, so you know, they have reason to it's being pushed right now basically, but that can be a good thing because I think the minimum is probably 10 or 12% daily, so in 10 days or less you can get your money out. So if it's relatively new, you can get your money out if there's an issue with the sustainability of this program. But anyway, if we check out Bitrise, for instance, on this monitor, we can see it's not paying, right? So if I had done that, I would have known that and not invested in that. Another monitor, this one is all HYIP, data.com. All HYIP monitors is really good. And we can stick Bitrise in here. And of course this is what it looks like, so that's the one you're going to pick. And you are going to see that 1 monitor is saying it's paying, 2 are waiting, 3 are not paying. See, not paying. Also in the comments, you can check these out, but it may or may not be accurate, so kind of go with your gut on these comments. Okay, so that was just a couple of HYIP monitors you can check. Reddit is good. And that's kind of how I found Sierra Hash, was a Reddit post. And then I went to the site. Let's check out. Okay, so this, it's actually a HYIP monitor, but I got it out of Reddit. So this is HYPRotationSystem.com. And this is pretty interesting because they give you some criteria here to evaluate HYIPs by. So what phase is it in, and they'll kind of give you a heads up. Oh, this one's in phase 1, the seeding round. This is also phase 1. Here's Sierra Hash. It's in phase 1, but what's interesting about this is it's kind of, you know, their cover story is the hash game, which is kind of interesting. They give you 150 gigahashes for free, but it's 10% daily and 0.001 Bitcoin minimum. It's 18 days old, so it's not too new, but it is new, so it's still, there's still potential there to get your money out. I don't know what's up with this date. But there's also a bunch of other stuff. Here's Megabit chain in here also, so that kind of had me interested in signing up. I did sign up under my Facebook person. BitViper is here. I've signed up for this. I have not made deposits to any of these yet. Octoin, USI-Tech, HEXABOT, my sweet darling, and a bunch of others. So, you know, when you come into these, you're going to get suggestions for others and decide based on what your investment goals are, which one you're going to want to get into. Okay, so that's a little bit of due diligence. You want to go to YouTube videos of these to see if people are still paying. You're going to want to ask those people if they're getting paid and when the last time they got paid. You're going to check your HYIP monitors, and I think that's about it. Whatever else you can do to research these programs before you get into them is a good thing. So Sierra Hash, there are a lot of good videos on this so far, so I'm going to leave my link to sign up for this one in the description. Also, I'm going to leave my link for Megabit chain. It's also paying right now based on the monitors. This one is newer, so there's some caution that you want to kind of have with this one, but still it's there's potential. It's moving. Okay, so you were able to see where I was at before I actually attempted to withdraw from HEXABOT, and also I discussed some of my other programs and more about doing due diligence for the different HYIP investments that you're in. A lot of people like to say that is this HYIP a scam? Is that HYIP a scam? And, you really can't approach any of this in terms of which one is or isn't a scam. You just have to see them all as scams, basically, or all as not scams. You know, this is shaky ground right now, and some of them will work for longer periods of time than others, and that's just the way it is. It's not that anyone is more of a scam than another. It's just how well they have it set up and what their protocol is and how long they're gonna last. And some of the things that I suggested in doing due diligence is what you're going to want to do to see when you want to get in and when you want to get out. So yeah, I came in here and I was able to go ahead and release my deposit and take everything out, and minutes later I came back to the community and it had been shut down, and the site had been shut down, but I had my TXID number and my deposit went through. So I, by the skin of my teeth, by seconds really, I was able to get my deposit out. So, and that was only because in the back of my head, after doing that research, it told me to get my stuff out, and I did within minutes of not being able to. So I was able to earn 0.17, a gain of 0.17. As you could see, I had put everything in. I was up to $2,500, and I wasn't sure if I was even going to get my 0.0566 or whatever, but I said, you know, hey, I need my $2,500. But it did combine it, and I did get my $3,000 out of here, and you know, so I didn't take a hit on that. I actually gained from HEXABOT, and that's why I'm doing this video, is just to say, you know, the more research you do, even though there was a lot of luck and a lot of intuition in terms of when I was able to get my money out of HEXABOT, the research is what helped me. If I had not done that research, I would have just said, oh, it'll be fine, and shut it off and waited for different indicators. But because I did the research, those indicators said, no, just take your money out, and I did, and I was able to. So don't fear. You know, there's going to be programs, there are winners and losers in all of these things, and you just have to, you know, the saying, you know, don't put in more than you can afford to lose is really true. So just keep that in mind, and be very careful and do as much research as you are compelled to do for each of these programs. So happy hunting, good luck in the future. I'm going to give those other programs a try, see which one works. I'll probably only put 50 or 100 bucks on each and see which one pans out for however long, and I will average my wins and losses together, and hopefully I'll come out winning. So thanks for watching. Like and subscribe, and leave comments. I really appreciate comments, questions, and like and subscribe. All right, thank you. Bye.